Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now in tune to the greatest podcast that's ever been created. It's the 8-Bit Clubhouse Podcast, episode 29, recorded Monday, February 23rd, 2026, introducing your host. He's your favorite gamer's favorite gamer. It's Hambo and Johnny. And next up to bat, he's the coolest kid on the playground. It's Kevin L.A., a.k.a. Bob Coozy. And last but most, he's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Drew. Woo! To the thousands in attendance watching live on YouTube and or Twitch, and to the millions listening on podcast services around the globe, welcome to the club. Guys, every time we record an episode, I tell you this is going to be the one. This is going to be the best episode. Well, you know what? Tonight is no different because this is going to be the best episode. So this is it. Buckle up. Get ready. We've got a full slate of goodies prepared for you. We've got what we've been playing as always. We've got talks about trips and blizzards. We've got talks about what else are we talking about? We've got listener questions. We've got a state of play to discuss. Survivor 50's coming up. Oh my goodness, we're jam-packed. And Drew's got all kinds of goodies. He's stuck in the house. He went through all his retro stuff. He's going to show us what he's found. Who knows what may be found? You might see Drew on the next King of Collectibles. Guys, I was in the car today watching YouTube, waiting on my daughter to get out of dance, and I turned on Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. Without looking it up, how many times do you think that video has been played on YouTube?
By you?
I'm probably
129 million times.
129 million. Drew?
Let's go with a solid 83 million.
83 million. Gotcha. 2 billion.
Oh,
wow.
2 billion plays of Billie Jean on YouTube, which actually, coincidentally, 2 billion is the amount of feet of snow that Drew has at his house right now. Drew, what's going on with that snow?
I underestimated this blizzard, to say the least. It is a shit ton of snow out there, and Hambone's laughing because I'm sure he's in the same boat. Man, it's just everywhere. Like pictures, videos, it doesn't do it justice. And I'm the a-hole. Like the timing was tricky because it was mostly overnight, and then all day today. And it's tough for me. It's like mental. Like it's mental for me to go out there and snowblow or shovel when it's still snowing. I'm like,
that's tough. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I love it. You got to get out there. It's hitting your face. You're fighting it, and you're blowing it away.
It's not even about that. It's just about having to do it again and again. So my driveway, I think, Hambo knows. He's been here.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the length of a football field. And think of like the pocket in a football field, right? And it's just like the whole way, just snow blow and shovel the whole football field. I have a huge snowblower. It's 28 inches wide. It's like
I've heard that about you.
Oh, yeah. So it gets the job done. It's probably like one of the bigger, if not the biggest snowblower that you could go into like Home Depot and buy. And it wasn't big enough. Bottom line is, it was not big enough. The problem is that the snow, it was so tall that like it was.
How tall was it?
Well, I measured 28 inches. 28 inches of snow we had, and it was going over the top of the snowblower. So it was just like you'd be going, and it would just it comes over. So then you have it all, and then your tires are running over that, and then it was a shit show. And I underestimated it. I went out there today at 3:00. Wife came, actually helped, and I was out there and I said to myself, like, the end of the driveway, I live kind of on like a main road. So we did all the plow and the dirt and the heavy shit at the end of the driveway. And I was like, I don't want to like break my snowblower in that. So let me go like 20 feet short of the end of my driveway and just do all of the driveway to make sure like I'll do that last. And it took me 3 hours to do that. And then it started getting dark and it started getting cold. And I try to go to the top. Now it's so high at the end of the driveway because the snow plows that the snow chute of the snowblower where the snow that's thrown out of was below the top.
Oh, that's crazy, dude.
Below the snow, and it was heavy crap that it was just clogging up my snowblower. So I started shoveling it, and I'm just like, I can't shovel this. I can't feel my fingers from just being out there for 3 hours. Plus, snowblower, like a big snowblower, is just like the vibration for 3 straight hours. Like, I couldn't even close my palms, and it was just like, what am I doing here? So I ended up shoveling a path of emergency. I could walk out, but I was like, this is going to be continued tomorrow. So as of right now, I still cannot get out of my house. It's just it's a shit show out there, and I underestimated it. I was not as smart as Hambone, I believe, who went out there multiple times. Hambone, let's hear a little bit about your story.
Yeah, we definitely did not get as much. Although it was super windy here at least. So I don't know exactly how much we get. The news is saying somewhere around 18 or 19 inches, depending on where you're at. But yeah, I went out last night at like 11 o'clock. There was probably 4 inches out there, and I said, you know what? These 4 inches aren't going to be here tomorrow, so I snowblowed those right away. And this morning I woke up, whatever it was, like 6:30, got out there, snowblowed it again, and then was just sort of watching it throughout the day. It kept snowing, but the wind was gusting around. So when I went out there again after work this evening, there were spots on my driveway that were completely dry and other spots that had like 4 or 5 inches. So it was like a really weird storm. And same with you. Like, I certainly don't have as long of a driveway for you to deal with, but whenever that plow comes around, man, they throw that heavy stuff, and it's just the end of the driveway. Every time is just like, is this going to be the time my snowblower pin like pops out and like hits a window or something like that?
Oh yeah.
But no, I mean, it was crazy. The wife last night was freaking out. You know, are we going to lose power? Like, what's going on? They're saying like this is going to be the worst blizzard in like 15 years, and it was bad.
It was bad.
And it's heavy stuff, right? It's just that temperature. It's not the fluffy, nice snow. It's the snowman snow out there for sure. And it was a cluster. It was a cluster all day. The kids off from school. Kids off from school tomorrow.
Same.
And it's winter in New England though. Can't complain about it that much. It just is what it is.
It is what it is indeed. But I can hate it, and then we can complain about it. But it's the problem is we already had probably still a foot of snow on the ground up here. So it's like there's just nowhere to put it is my problem. It's just there's just like the piles on the sides of my driveway are 4 feet like everywhere. Like it's just, you know, those little poles you put in the driveway like around the edges, so you know where they're like
to show where it's at.
Yeah, so when you snow blow stuff, there's no lie about 2 inches. That's all I can say.
Really?
Yeah, it's just there's nowhere to put it. There's nowhere to put it.
Man. That's wild. Question. So when I was growing up, I had a buddy who had a similar driveway to you, and what his parents did at that point, they had like an ATV quad with a plow attached to it.
Now we're talking.
That was like cool. It's snowing. Let's rip that thing out. And
dude.
Yeah, that's kind of. I would say take a look. That might be fun.
I the
snowblower like
the only thing with those are I think like you got to go out there and do it every 4 or 5 inches. I don't think that's going to be able to push like 28 inches of snow.
But I mean, that's you riding around on a quad and not pushing around a vibrating.
I'll end up just driving in circles and having fun. I'm not going to be doing anything. Yeah.
That was my thought when you said your snowblower couldn't handle it. I was thinking, put a plow on the front of the car, man.
I know.
But that's a hassle. Don't do that. I've seen people with like flamethrowers. Like my neighbor's got like a not PVC. What's the gas called? The tank of propane. Yeah.
Propane.
He's got a tank of propane with a blowtorch attached to it out there. Well, he was killing weeds, but that was last spring. But at the same time, you could do it with snow, right? You could just
don't see
blowtorch
why
the
not.
snow? I don't
I
know.
don't
That
see
might
why
mess
not.
up your driveway.
Listen, there's a lot of
But it would
out
be
there.
fun. It
would
would
be
be
super
fun.
fun.
Everybody needs a blowtorch, really. A flamethrower.
Maybe Timu. Timu probably has them.
Timu
Yeah,
blowtorch,
Timu
definitely.
flamethrower. Yeah, I went to dinner with the wife last night, and ABC News was up on one of the TVs at the bar area, and they were showing the nor'easter, the path of the nor'easter, and where it was going. And Rhode Island was there getting hammered, and there was the pink spot of the storm was like, this is where the vortex is going to hit, and it said Drew's house. I was like, wow, they've actually got it labeled on ABC News that this is where it's going to land. So it was crazy.
I'll tell you what, I am so sore. Like I just feel like I'm an old man. I
bet.
wait.
Wears you out. Yeah. Well, good. What else? What else you got going on, Hambone? You've been sick. Unfortunately, you weren't. The main part of your sickness wasn't during the storm, which would have been nice because you could have just,
I would have had to been
let
out
it
there
roll.
anyway. My wife's no way is my wife shoveling any snow, but that's okay. But yeah, I was sick last week. No stream, so sorry about that. I'm mostly back to myself now. I'd say a little nasally, but is what
You
it is.
sound good. You sound good.
Thanks. Hey, yeah, you look good. So how about that?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, nice. But I actually wanted to ask you guys, like, whenever I get sick, not that it's all that often, do you have like a ritual, like you go and do you go and get like juice, or do you have a certain blanket or anything like that? Like for me, I like to get my jug of OJ. Like I'm chugging that in the first like day or two.
Okay.
And then other than that, it's basically like Zicam. Got to load into Zicam. Give me the zinc and Sudafed. No matter what kind of sickness it is flu or whatever, I'm just like stuffing Sudafed down my face. And then I try to avoid getting the rest of the family sick. And I just hole up on a couch somewhere and say, don't talk to me. Like leave me alone for 2 days, 3 days. And that's sort of like what I like to do.
Do you get like sometimes I'm so sick, I don't even want to play video games. I don't want to do anything. Because that happens to me sometimes. It's like when you're really sick, it's like, God, I don't want to do anything. I don't even want to watch TV. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to do anything. I feel like nothing.
Sometimes. Luckily, this wasn't one of those times, but it was one of those times where like I couldn't concentrate on anything like serious. So I just kind of stayed in front of the TV and played a ton of video games. Didn't move.
Yeah. Nice.
Except my thumbs. And it was great.
Was
great as it could be.
Was the wife nice enough to just leave the food by the door type thing?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah,
Nice.
I was like, hey, load me up with some crackers, like, a little bit of pasta, a little bit of soup. Let's get it going here.
Yep.
But it was good. Yeah, she was great. Kiddo stayed away, even though he wanted to like come and like mix it up. And I said, hey man, I probably got it from you, but I'm not giving it back to you. So
yep. Nice.
That was actually going to be my opening question, other than the Billie Jean video thing, because earlier today my kid was like, I don't feel good. And I was like, well, we were going to play some games tonight, but since you don't feel good, you're not going to be able to have fun. And she was like, yes, I can. I can still not feel good and have fun. And I'm like, that's impossible. You can't be sick and play a video game and enjoy it. That's what I was going to ask you guys. Can you do that? I mean, you kind of answered it, but I can't. When I'm sick, I'm like, I don't want to do anything. Like you said, Drew, I'm just like cash out. I just want to like lay down and like maybe watch something mindless TV or something. But if I do play a video game, I'm not going to enjoy it. It's just there to pass the time. So I'm not having fun with it. But
I think the key, what you just said for me, is like passing the time. It's like, you just want to fast forward 3 days. It's like, how do I get 3 days from now as quick as possible? Because it's
that's exactly
I hear you.
It is. Yeah, and I tend to want to play video games over watching a movie or something, because I'll fall asleep if I'm not feeling good and my mind's not at least doing something. I'll pass out and then I'll be up all night, and then I'm in a worse situation the next day. So I really tried to focus on not sleeping during the day.
Yeah,
but like just taking it easy so that I could sleep at night.
I'm a big NyQuil guy at nighttime. Big NyQuil guy.
Yeah, NyQuil guy. Pills or are you a syrup?
I'm still traditional with the syrup.
Yeah.
But it's funny you say that, because for Dayquil, I'm a pill guy.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. I feel like the syrup is just as like, I feel it.
Like
it's instant.
It's instant.
It's straight to the bloodstream, baby. Yeah, that's I was gonna say that's what I do. I'll drink a whole bottle of NyQuil. And if you drink that much, kids, don't try this at home. you get delusional, and
like
that's
that.
what I like.
Oh,
Is
that sound, actually sounds
you
fun.
can
I
kind
might
of
try that
phase
tonight.
out and you kind of hallucinate and forget you're even sick, and then you're doing cartwheels and eating ice cream. So
then you
it's not
wake
as
up-
fun as it sounds, but it
Yeah.
works and it heals.
But when you wake up, NyQuil, there's something that lingers. It's just you just
That's
feel
true.
like what
Hazy.
just happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, that's true. Yeah, it's probably not the healthiest of stuff. Yeah.
So what about you?
I
Cooz?
never
You've
looked
been-
at the
you've-
ingredients.
You've been busy. What have you been up to?
I've been traveling. I wasn't. I told you guys before the show. I watched the last episode of the show. You guys did a fantastic. Well, I watched the first 10 minutes.
Mhm.
You guys did a great job. I was sitting on the beach in Hawaii watching from my phone. I took a screenshot. I had my
Nice.
fancy glasses on and took a screenshot of me watching you guys on the phone with the beach in the background, which is kind of cool. But I think I deleted that photo. But after 10 minutes, I had to go scuba dive. I went scuba diving, me and water and fish.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
first we went to Hawaii and the weather there was awful. The first
That's
3 or
sick.
4 days, super windy, cold, rainy. We got there late on a Friday night. And actually that following Monday, they shut the whole state down because of wind. Like
Wow.
nobody went to work and everything just because of wind. And I was like, wow, I don't know what they would do if they got like any kind of snow. But because it was so windy, everything was shut down. Luckily, all the stores and stuff were open. So we did all of our indoor stuff the 3 or 4 days, including a few escape rooms that I've talked about my family
Yeah.
enjoys doing. And my wife came to realize we are not competition ready.
Okay.
We need a little more work. We went into it really confident. The first one we went into, the lady was like, if you all need any hints, just let me know and I'll give you a hint. And she's like, what's the fastest time in this room?
Wow.
And she was like, I
cocky.
don't know, like 26 minutes or something. And she was like, we don't plan on using any hints. And the lady was like, okay, whatever. And 5 minutes later, we're asking for a hint. So we realized that we're a little rusty. We need a little work, but we still enjoy doing them. But then we moved resorts
But
and went
how
to a
many
different
did you
place.
do?
We did 2 escape rooms on the
Separate.
I didn't watch the Super Bowl. This is the first Super Bowl I did not watch
Oh, wow.
because I wasn't really invested in it. And
And you were in Hawaii.
we did escape rooms, and I was in Hawaii. Yeah. I was kind of watching it, following it on my phone, the score, but I didn't.
You didn't
actually
miss
watch
much, unfortunately.
Yeah. So we were doing escape rooms during the Super Bowl. We did 2 that day. And then the weather cleared up for us where we were going.
Okay.
But my scuba dive I had planned on Tuesday called on Monday and moved it. They're like, we're going to move it down 30 minutes south. I had it planned for noon. They said, we got to do it 7:30 in the morning. I said, okay. I woke up at 5, got out of the door at 6. It said it was going to take 30 minutes to get there. I got in the car, put in the GPS. It said an hour and a half to get there.
No.
Oh.
And so I hit the road and the time kept ticking up. It wasn't ticking down. It kept getting longer. So I called them and I had to cancel it. Luckily, they refunded me everything. And then I called a different place the next day and rebooked a different scuba trip that was closer to me and a different company. And I ended up going on that. It was amazing. I learned a lot. I saw a lot of animals. Apparently there was a white-tipped shark that I missed. We got to the boat and everybody's like, did you see the shark? And I'm like, no, but I swam with some sea turtles, got some cool videos, saw a lot of fish. The guy who was our guide got some really cool shells. But I was just trying to stay alive because when you're underwater, everything there's trying to kill you.
That's fair.
Even the water around you. So, but we went on 2 dives, and the second dive, my air started getting low, and I told the guy, hey, kind of motioned to him how much air I had left, and he's like, all right, follow me. And this guy, you can tell he's been scuba diving since he was born. He was probably like late 30s, and just this cool Hawaiian guy, like, okay, man, we're just gonna cruise today. So he's like, come on, I see you got low air, follow me. And he takes off, and he is taking his sweet time and goes through a tunnel and is just like he's got his flashlight out looking for more shells. And I'm like, I'm watching my air tick down here. And finally I'm like, I had to break off. I'm like, I gotta go. So I took off and he looked up at me swimming away and was like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm out of here. So I went up and did you do a safety stop at 15 feet for 3 minutes.
How deep were you?
I went down about 60 feet that dive.
Wow.
But I was probably around 35 when I was communicating with him. But then got up to 15, waited, hit 3 minutes, got to the top, and my air was on. I might have had 2 breaths left.
Wow. That's
And,
scary.
yeah, I got to the boat, and later on the way back, the boat's loud, roaring, the engine and everything. So I wasn't really talking, but he came near me, and I just picked up my thing and showed it to him. He was like, "Wow, you cut it pretty close, huh?" I'm like, "Geez, man,
bro, I told you that, bro."
yeah." So I realized, like, from now on, when I do this scuba stuff, like I can't depend on somebody else to guide me around. I gotta look out for me. And if my stuff's running low and he's still good, because you breathe differently, especially when you're used to it. He's down there just probably barely breathing. I'm down there like like huffing through this air, and it's just my air's depleting quicker, obviously. So, but I had a blast, got some cool pictures, some cool video, and I will definitely do it again. You learn what not to do every time you scuba dive. So
that's cool.
Yeah. But we came back, and after a couple days, I just went to, I don't know if you remember last year when I went to my winter camp with my youth group. That's the Am I the A-hole story with the volleyball guy.
Yep.
Yep.
This year I went back, and actually the guy I had that argument with was like leading the camp. He was the main preacher. And man. Yeah, that was kind of weird, but he was amazing. He did a great job, and I stayed far away from the volleyball court. Plus, my A team wasn't able to make it because they're in like the playoffs in their high school basketball games. Okay. So my guys that would have won the whole thing back-to-back years didn't go this year. So I had like the C squad with me, and so I was like, I'm not even gonna enter these guys in the tournament, but we had a blast.
That's fun. You're part of the C squad too, with all that scuba diving,
right? Yeah. C squad. Yeah, that's me. But yeah, we had a good time. The weather there was good. Thank goodness. It was the best it's been in years. I've probably been like 4 years in a row now, this thing. And up in the mountains, it can get a little hairy this time of year, but it was really nice this time. So I took my drone. Did I tell you guys I got a drone? I don't know if I did or not. Maybe. I don't know.
Is it the one from the
gift shop?
The
army?
No, the Cooz in the wild. Yeah. No, I didn't get that one, unfortunately. Well,
hopefully a better one.
Yeah, this one's pretty nice. I mean, it's a beginner drone. It's kind of small, and the camera's pretty basic, but it does what it's supposed to do. And
that's
cool. I've been getting some pretty cool shots with that too. So that's been fun. But yeah, add that to the list of crazy things: scuba diving and drone flying. The scuba diving, drone flying. Woo! Yeah, that's what it is. But what'd you pull the trigger on, Drew? I see in the notes. Have you told us?
I finally pulled the trigger. It's not that exciting for you guys, but exciting for me. Celtics tickets. I bought Celtics tickets.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean Celtics tickets.
Like season
tickets? No.
Oh,
just one game.
Just tickets. Okay.
Boston sports are ridiculously priced, as you may or may not know. For anyone out there, like you could go to an NBA game probably out in wherever for like $40, probably just walk up and buy them. Anything in Boston, whether it's the Bruins, the Celtics, the Patriots, the Red Sox, anything, it's like minimal $200 a ticket to sit the worst seat in the building. So it's just like I've always just been so hesitant. So we're actually going on Easter Sunday. So we pulled the trigger Easter Sunday game, and yeah, I'll report back, but excited. Actually, it'd be the week after PAX East, so it'll be back-to-back weekends in Boston.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, because I went there. I went to the Bruins game on Good Friday when we went to PAX East.
Yes.
So that game was expensive too. You're right.
Yeah.
I bought tickets after like puck drop, and it still was outrageous. So,
yep.
Yeah. Well, good. That's going to be awesome. Who are they playing?
The Toronto Raptors.
Nice.
Sweet. That should be fun.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You did a play. I mean, actually, the Raptors are decent this year, but yeah, you try to go to a game that they're playing anybody with like a superstar on, like forget it. It's just even more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you go to a game, are you a type of guy who's going to get there early and stay till the end of the fourth quarter? Or
We'll get there early. I mean, this will
Yeah.
be Evan's first game, so I think we'll get up there early. I'll let him buy something in the pro shop. We'll get there to watch all the warm ups and everything. I told him, I said, and all four of us are going. Actually, I'm making my daughter go. It's just live
cool.
sports are different than watching. She'll have fun when she's there.
Absolutely. Yeah. There'll be so much going on with cheerleaders and mascots and
halftime shows and all that.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, I found tickets. I said, here's your options, buddy. You can sit like nosebleed, but like center court, or we can sit like in the corner, but like row 20. Yeah. And it was like kind of the same price. So he went with the lower tickets, which I think are the best because you'll be able to hear the guys talking. You'll be able to see their faces. Where I think up with the nosebleed, you're not engaged.
Yeah, like you're better off watching the game at home.
Exactly. So I think it'll be a different experience, even if you can't see like every play, every shot. Like there's going to be so much going on. So we're excited.
Nice.
Should be fun.
Yeah, super fun. So you'll be traveling to Boston back-to-back weekends.
Back-to-back weekends.
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah.
Well, Hambone Johnny, you've been playing a bunch of video games as you do. Tell me,
so many games.
You've just been sick playing games.
Sick playing games, Here I am doing my thing.
But you're not sick of games.
Yeah. It's
all right.
Some sort of interesting conundrum paradox I find myself in.
Hey, speaking of paradox, go ahead. Hit us with what you've been playing.
Oh man. All right. So to knock off a couple just quickly here, still playing Helldivers 2. Cannot get off that grind. Over 200 hours in at this point.
Really?
Playing solo, playing with the crew, playing with randos, playing with some other people from Discord. It's a good time, man. I've pretty much have done it all, seen it all, and now it's just if people are around and want to play, I'll hop in there too, and we'll have some fun together. So it's kind of a easy game to get back into. Still playing Art of Rally. So this is one of my sick games that I played a bunch of. This is sort of just a good kind of veg out game. It's you, your car, and the road. That's what it is. There's no, it's rally racing, but because Cooz, if you played this one too, right? You're not racing other cars on the track with you. It's just you in the track, and you're playing against timed. It's basically a time trial, one big time trial. So there's I think there's 6 or 7 different groupings of races to do, and in each one of those groupings, there's probably a dozen or so individual races you have to do. So I'm about halfway through. As you continue to progress, the cars get faster and faster. I've just unlocked my first all-wheel drive car, which I'm pretty excited about because I've just been like skidding around with rear-wheel drive cars until then. So it's fun. I did 2 barrel rolls the other day off of a bank that I just totally messed the turn up, and that was awesome. I launched off a big cliff and my car turned on fire. Got a trophy for it. So
nice.
It's a good time. It's a good game, easy game to just kind of jump in and out of. You don't really need a huge time commitment to get a race in. I think most races are between 3 and 5 minutes. So that's still fun. I'll keep chipping away at that. A couple other games that I've talked about on the podcast that I've finally gotten around to finish. First of which is Cult of the Lamb Woolhaven. This is the DLC for Cult of the Lamb. This is sort of the winter themed one. I went and I saved all the dead lambs. I solved the mystery of the weird winter god. Spoiler, she was corrupted, used to be good, now is bad, wants to destroy the entire world like the lambs have been destroyed. So we had to destroy her.
Yeah.
So get out of here, Yigna. Get out of here, Yigna. So she's out of here, and credits rolled. So that was fun. Had a good time with Lamb. And this other game I was telling Drew about last week, Arzette, the Jewel of Faramore.
That sounds like a Drew game.
You know what? It does. This is more of a Drew game than it is a Hambone game, I gotta say. But I put in some time last night. I had about an hour left on it, and I beat it. I looked at a guide. I needed to find where I got the blue magic. I figured out where to get the blue magic. Once I was able to get the blue magic, I got the double jump, and then it was all just kind of gravy from there. I didn't really need help.
Double jump. Once you get the double jump in any
forget
game,
about it. It's game over, man. Double jump is where it's at. So that was Arzette. like I said to Drew, would I recommend it? No, but it's a game,
Fair.
and I played it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
and that's checked off the list.
That's it.
I've got a few demos here that I played, so very excited about the demos. Speaking of a paradox from before, I played the Darwin's Paradox demo.
I've
This
downloaded it.
looks like a Cooz game.
Oh, I'm all in on this.
Nice.
It's just to slow down for a second. So Darwin's Paradox was announced, I think, last year at Summer Games Fest, and it's been on my radar ever since. It's a 2D side scroller sort of puzzle platformer game. The graphical style, I'd say, and even the presentation, it almost felt like playing like an Illumination movie. Like it had very much like Despicable Me type vibes, at least with some of the jokes that were being told and even like the design of the enemies. But basically, you're an octopus, an intelligent octopus.
Yeah, octopus.
Get him, octopus.
Get him.
And the setup for the demo is you're basically exploring this nefarious food packing company because something's going wrong here. Something's off. And it turns out the thing that's off is that it's run by aliens, and the aliens are trying to take over the world or something. But basically, your goal is to try to get through the factory and figure out what's going on, get a little bit of information, and then break yourself out of the factory.
Yeah.
The game opens up, and because you're an octopus, there's a seagull that's trying to
like, wait a minute, because you're an octopus, there's a squirrel.
Yes. So it's a seagull, and you're basically trying to hide in pipes as you're platforming and getting across the screen, and the seagull's coming over at various intervals, and you're trying to hide from the seagull. Then you get into this other sort of stealth type gameplay, trying to sneak around the different aliens that are there that are dressed up like humans, and that gives you various skills, like because you're an octopus, you get some ink, but I thought that's more of a squid, but whatever, we're going with it, right? So you get ink, so you're spraying the camera so you can get by, and spraying the lights so you can get by. Then there's some underwater time as well, of course.
Yeah.
So that introduces some new mechanics as well. So you can like suction onto barrels, and the barrels you're using to like guard yourself as you're trying to get around different security cameras or other obstacles. The demo all in was about, I think, 25 minutes or so. I played it with Owen. He loved it. He absolutely loved this game. He thought it was super funny and just fun. The controls were a little complex at times. Like there's this one like slingshot area that you have to get into, and the controls were completely opposite of what you would think. It was like, if you're doing a slingshot, you're going to pull back on the slingshot, but this wanted to push forward to like almost aim where you're going to land, as opposed to like pull back. So that took a little while to get used to, but we made it through. We beat the demo, and it was a good time. I'm gonna pick this one up. It comes out in April.
It's a side-scrolling platformer.
Yep.
Nice. On PlayStation.
I played it on PlayStation, but I think it's on other platforms too. I don't know if it's Switch, but
yeah, I don't think it is.
Yeah, but it was a blast.
Good. I was really curious about the controls, so that's you could probably play around with them too.
Probably, definitely. And it seemed like
the graphics look really good.
Oh, I was super impressed by the graphics. I did not know exactly what to expect. It looked really good in the trailers, but you never know with those, right? Like, what are they actually showing versus gameplays or whatever? But it was incredible. It looked very, very good. So
nice.
Props to Konami for bringing out a sort of.
I think it's only like $30, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's not a full price game.
That's awesome.
Who knows how long it's going to be, but it's fun. So I think that's all that matters.
Yeah, it is.
I also played the Mina the Hollower demo.
Now, wasn't there another one of these? Didn't we play a Mina the Hollower?
We did for Switch.
There was a Switch and a PC demo. Coming out of the State of Play, they announced the Mina the Hollower. Mina the Hollower was included in the State of Play, and they said, "Oh, there's a demo out tomorrow." So I said, "Okay, well, we'll download."
So it was different, Hambo, than the Switch one?
I think it was the same.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I didn't play the one on Switch. I never got around to it.
Okay.
But it was similar from what I recall you talking about, right? You can pick the different weapons. It was like a mace or a hammer or daggers or dual blade or something like that. I picked the mace because it seemed like the sort of the middle ground. option. And I mean, it was fun. 2D kind of old school Zelda type battling and stuff. To be honest with you, I think the demo kind of turned me off from the game a little
Me
bit.
too. Me too.
It wasn't as. It seems like this is going to be like a really big game, and I don't know if I'm there for that. I don't know if I'm there for that here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see
I don't know
it
if they're
being
there for
kind
that.
of slow. I feel
Yeah,
like.
it just. I was trying to
It's
find the
hard.
fun.
Like they say, it's supposed to be really hard too, which like I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, Shovel Knight was challenging as well, but
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't want to completely write it off. I think it's still I'm still interested, but I'm not as high on it. It's not a must play for me right now. I think it's kind of wait for reviews and see how it all shakes out, and maybe it's pick it up on sale and fill the gap type of game as opposed to the day one. But I'm glad I played it because that's what demos are for, and to try it for free, it was great.
Yeah.
So the third demo, and I'll just kind of make mention of it. I was playing around with it before we jumped on here. Steam Next Fest is going on right now, and I hadn't gotten much of a chance to look through the list, but I was looking at like the top 10 list, and one of the games that jumped out to me was this voxel kind of arcade style game called Brakes. No thanks. And that's exactly what the game is. You start off as a taxi. You're going up a kind of a vertical highway with 5 lanes, and there's cars you have to avoid. You don't have brakes, and you got to just see how far you can make it.
So it doesn't even give you the option for brakes.
Yeah, no, yeah. It says no, thank you, person who's playing.
Thank you to the right pedal.
Yes, exactly. So you start out as a taxi, and it has some certain stats. It has a certain starting speed, and it kind of gets faster from there. And you see how far you can make it. You get some skill, like some points for getting a bigger crash and getting certain speeds and that kind of thing. And then I unlocked an ambulance, and it drove a little bit different. It was a little more floaty, as you might expect. It was a slower starting speed, but a higher top speed. And it was fun. It's something different, quick in and out type of game. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it. But for free for 15 minutes, it was cool. Breaks.
What is Steam Next Fest?
So a couple times a year, usually in like the early spring and in the fall, they'll do sort of a celebration of games to come. So these are all games that have yet to be released, but it's a way for smaller creators to kind of curate their games together, and they sort of publicize it that way. So they're all kind of small indie games, and I'm sure we'll see some of these at PAX for sure.
Nice.
It's that kind of style of game. So yeah, it's just a nice thing that Steam does to kind of promote their smaller creators, right? Typically you're not seeing like the big publishers here like Capcom or Konami or anything like that. It's the smaller indie guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. All right, still going on my list here. Almost done, I promise. My sick game, my true sick game. So I played through this entire game while I was sick.
Wow.
It was announced at the State of Play, and I beat it, and I rolled credits, and I got the platinum trophy on God of War: Sons of Sparta. So this is the game they shadow dropped. It was the last announcement at the State of Play. They had some nice segment there with the original Kratos voice actor.
Cool.
And he was talking about the remake that they're working on, the original trilogy remake. And then they said, we've got one more thing to show you. And it was this. It was made by a smaller indie studio. I think Mega Cat is the name, but in collaboration with Santa Monica, who makes the God of War games. This is sort of Kratos's teen years story. So a prequel to even the original God of War games, 2D Metroidvania, nice pixel art style. To be fair, it's not the best game. Certainly not the best game. It's not super polished. There definitely were several bugs I hit along the way. But it was nice to see Kratos as a young boy before all the stuff he went through. So it's a story about him being a young man and kind of figuring out like what does responsibility mean to you, right? You're trying, your goal is, and your aspirations is to be in this vanguard circle, which is like the upper echelon of the Spartan army. And he had passed some certain tests. He was on his way there. And now he gets this pass to basically go out into the wilderness with his small crew, which consists of his brother. So him and his brother are going out there solving a mystery, and you come to find out that one of their other Spartan trainees has gone missing. This guy Vasilis, and the whole game you're trying to find what happened to Vasilis, and your younger brother's trying to impress a girl, and you're trying to kind of be the role model for him, and there's a couple of emotional parts there. It takes a little while to get there, but there's thinking back to myself as a young man, there were some things that like I saw some synergies there, and for sure some nice messaging. But yeah, I'm from a Metroidvania perspective, some cool power ups. The combat was kind of samey, right? Block, parry, stab with your spear. You get some cool magic power ups along the way, but what I really thought was good about those power ups is how they use them in the puzzle platforming sections. So they introduce a sling, which could open a certain target. You get basically a fire branch that shoots out like a fireball, and you can burn things with it. And then over time, you sort of have to combine the different ones. It introduces more, and just like other Metroidvanias, as you earn more skills, you get your double jump, right? It opens up more parts of the map for you to go and explore and do all that good stuff. It wasn't overly challenging. I played it on the normal difficulty. I never really, I tried boss fights 3 or 4 times, got through it for the most part. Wasn't that much backtracking, to be honest with you, for Metroidvania. So if you're just there for the main story, it's not terrible. But I went and I did do the 100% thing, and for sure, once you get all the power ups, it's way easier to kind of run through all the sections of the map. Largely frictionless, I'd say, from a gameplay perspective. It's just not doing anything special, right? It's kind of getting slammed in reviews right now. It's
Really?
like a high 60, low 70s, which is a little rough. I think it's a little, I think people are thinking, hey, this God of War game, it should be something more than it is, and it's not. It's just a run-of-the-mill type of Metroidvania with the God of War skin on it. But I liked it, and it's done. So,
And it's cheaper too, though. It's like 30
yeah, it's
bucks,
only 30
right?
bucks.
Yeah.
It was only 30 bucks, so not terrible.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the old God of War games. I platinumed all the first ones with the remakes and stuff. Of course, I think the first one was on PlayStation 1. I don't know if they even had trophies then, or PlayStation 2 probably. But with all the remakes and everything, I was able to go through and get all the platinums on the first 3. I didn't do it on the 4th one, but I love those. I love Kratos back when he just didn't care at all. When he was just like, he just, was a murderer.
He was
but
just on a rampage.
a lot of people don't like that version of Kratos, but I do. So when I saw that game, I got really excited. Old Spartan Kratos is back. But yeah, I'll probably still play it regardless of reviews and stuff, just because I like that. I like the vibe.
If you're a God of War fan, for sure. And so the whole story is him narrating it to his daughter, who's kind of like run off away from their, got in a fight with the mom, and she's gone off, and now he's found her, and it's like, oh, let me tell you about when I was a kid. And that's sort of how it's. So there's various times that they kind of cut to like modern day when the story's being told. So
that's cool.
It was definitely cool. So now the game that I'm sort of mainly playing right now is Control. So it's 2019, 2020 thereabouts. So it's an older game. But I'd always heard good things about it. I played maybe half hour, 45 minutes of it a couple years ago. And one of the games that I'm excited about this year is the follow-up to Control Resonant. So I said, you know what? Now it's time for me to go back and play the original game and just see what it's all about. And man, it is weird. It is really weird. You are your character is named Jesse Faden, and you find yourself in the Federal Bureau of Control. It's kind of like, think like the FBI, but for the supernatural type stuff. And things have gone awry. The director has died. You become the new director for whatever reason. And you basically are there to find your brother, but you also have to find and solve this mystery of kind of what's going on. So it's a mix of gunplay and supernatural powers, and just trying to figure out like who's on your side, who's not, what's actually going on here. There's a lot of internal monologue that's happening, but the gameplay is tight. The gameplay is super tight. I've unlocked a shield, sort of like a force push weapon skill, and I've unlocked a few different weapon types as well. Now I've got like a sniper rifle and a shotgun and a regular pistol. And what's really cool and unique about this game is that it's all the same weapon, but you can shift its form based off of the powers that you have. So it's
Oh,
kind of
that's
like
cool.
on the fly. You kind of just switch it back and forth. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like it. I'm about halfway through. I don't think it's super long, but yeah, it's fun. That's
Nice.
Control.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
That's what I'm playing.
Good stuff.
Drew, tell me about video games.
Video games. All right. Well, there's 2 games that still haven't stopped. Arc Raiders, of course, but I have slowed down tremendously, Hambone. I probably haven't played in 5 or 6 days. But I'm at over 170 hours into Arc Raiders. But there's an update tomorrow, Hambone, I believe.
Is it the tornado one?
It's like, yeah, there's a hurricane going on. I think a whole bunch of other new stuff along the way. So, will I jump in? Probably. I am like fearless with everything now. I've taken down the matriarch several times. I mean, not solo, but just like if I see the matriarch, I'm gonna go fight it. I'm getting right up there close, getting the goods at the legs when they're falling off and whatnot. So, again, it's like I've done everything. Like I went in the other day, like 5 or 6 days ago. I was like, let me do a trial, and it's like, oh, kill wasps, and I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm good, man. I think I'm good, and I turned it off. I'm like, I don't need to just go kill wasps again. I've killed a million wasps. Like, why do I need to just go fetch quest stuff? Like, so I think I'm pretty much done, except for updates. And my buddies still play at work, so they're like, I need help taking down the queen or the mate. I was like, oh yeah, I'll jump on and help you out. Let's go do it. So stuff like that, I'll continue to do.
You have now become the Sherpa.
That's right. That's right.
I've passed the torch.
You have passed it. Baldur's Gate 3, cruising along, like 15 hours. I think we've done 5 play sessions. It's tough. It's 4 of us. So we they're mad at me though, because they want me to play multiple times a week. And I'm just like, I can't. It just doesn't work. So they started their own game, the 3 of them, and they play. And then we play on Thursdays. So it's fine. It's great. We're having a blast. I just hit level 5, so I did a lot of more healing spells and a lot of more necromancy spells. I can now raise the dead, as one may say. It's a lot of fun. But the 2 other newer games that I've been time sucking me have been Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, of course. I love the art style. The art style from the original Direct is what sold me on this game. I played Dragon Quest 11. I think that's like probably the newer big one. And that was like a 100+ hour game. And I loved it. A lot of fun. Kind of my first experience with Dragon Quest. Then I played some of the spin-offs since then, like the Treasure Hunters and some of the other ones. And then I saw this art style. And I'm like, man, I want to play this one. This is such a cool diorama style, art style. And the cutscenes, the graphics are gorgeous. The story is fine. The story essentially is you go to these different islands, and what happens is you go to an island and you go into the past. So you go to the island as the past. You do some type of new little story. You have to help a town, you help a castle, or whatever it might be. You complete that area. You go back to the present time, and then you unlock that island in the present. So you can go back to the island in the present, and a lot of the stuff that happened from the past, like maybe the town was thriving, or maybe the town was in struggle because of monsters. It's like now you go back to the present, you kind of see the results. Like that civilization either failed or they it's kind of a cool concept. I like it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Does it ever do you have the decision there, like when you're going to the past to like help or whatever, or is it just like it's scripted of whatever's going to happen is going to happen?
It's all scripted, but I think probably because it's an older game, but if they ever did something like that newer, I think it'd be really cool. They also have the classes with Dragon Quest now. Tons of classes I'm still learning. I mean, I'm not a Dragon Quest pro, so like I'm learning a lot of these things that are probably just normal Dragon Quest type things. But I'm enjoying it. I think I'm probably about halfway done, maybe a little under halfway done. I mean, some of the dialogue is long, but a lot of it's voice acted. So I'll do a lot of
nice.
Hit A, for some of the things, and like read ahead, just because I don't want to just be sitting there forever listening to like a 5 or 6 minute cutscene. But I'll still like read it and go through it. So really enjoying it. My time with it. That's kind of like my go-to when I have any time for myself to play games. I've been playing that. I did pick up Mario Tennis Fever.
Okay.
Just because it's a Mario sports game, and back to my Nintendo roots that I always just buy every Nintendo published game out there, and that's what I've always
love
done.
that about you, Drew. I do.
Yeah, that's what I've always done, and I just
especially
felt like,
sports games. You got to get the sports games, right?
You do. And I will say, out of all the Mario sports games in the history of Mario sports games, tennis has always been on the lower end for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's simply because tennis video games are they're so repetitive. Like people might say that about golf or whatever, but for me, golf is so different, right? It's like every shot you control, every hole's different. Tennis is legit like a court. Sure, you have different types of courts, but it's like it's still just tennis.
It is, yeah. With golf, the wind can change. Even if you play the same hole, it's different because of the wind.
Mario Golf. I mean, I could just probably play Mario Golf nonstop. Total Tour.
I thought that the other day.
Best game in the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Mario Tennis Fever. I sucked my wife into it. She's been playing, so we kind of been playing together. There's a decent amount of options you can play. So we did the normal tournaments. There's a singles tournament and a doubles tournament. We played through all those. There's what they call the Tricky Tower, which is like weird types of you have like 3 lives. If you don't complete the objective, you lose a life, and you have to go up the tower. There's probably like 15 levels in the tower, and there's different difficulties in that. Beat all those. What else do we do? The cool part that Handbone's gonna like is, remember in Mario Golf, when they did a big update later on, they introduced the 5 medals you could collect. It was like birdie medal, the story mode. So this has it. This has the 5 medals. The other one is the story mode in Mario Tennis. We did the story mode as well, which was fine. It was fine. So the 5 medals is, you gotta go do them. I've completed 4 of the 5 medals already.
All right.
Wow.
So the 5th medal you have to play. There's 100 little side missions. They might take like 30 seconds to 8 minutes. It's not, but they add up. And each one has 3 stars. Like the main star is just complete the objective. But then the second star might be like, don't let them get a point on you. And then the third star might be like, don't get hit by any fireballs or anything, or don't jump, don't do bat spin. Like it might be random stuff. So you have to do all of these. And it's like, man, I think that might be where I draw the line. If it was Mario Golf, I'll do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, Mario Tennis Fever, over 20 hours. Wife and I played a ton of it together.
Have you tried online?
I have not. That's like the only thing I have not done.
Okay.
It's fine. It's a tennis game. It's graphically looks amazing. Camelot did everything they needed to do or could do for a tennis game. Sure. Right? But at the end of the day, it's so repetitive. And the higher the difficulty you play on, it's like just the longer drawn out the match is, because you're volleying back and forth forever. And the games are much longer too. So
yeah. Who's your go-to character?
I've been really changing it up. I like playing like the characters that you can't play in normal sports games.
Right. Yeah.
Like Dry Bowser. You could be Chain Chomp, which was fun. Goomba is actually pretty well-rounded. I like Spike because he kind of throws the ball out of his mouth like he does with the little spike ball.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And then who else? So it was great. The storyline was fun. Like I said, it introduces the baby Waluigi and baby Wario. And it's probably exactly what you think it is. So yeah, it's nothing more, it's nothing less. It's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
So
the baby Wario and baby Waluigi plushies will soon be lined up behind you.
Hopefully, we could only hope.
I like their teeth. They got the big teeth going on.
Do they?
Yeah. Yeah, we got it. Owen wanted to get it. He's played it more than I have.
Oh, you got it.
I've
Nice.
kind of messed around with it a little bit. I've done the first tier of the story mode thus far,
Okay.
and it put me to sleep. So
Oh.
off to a good start.
Well, you were sick. Let's blame it on
Yeah,
the
don't blame it on that.
Yeah.
We actually, I'll be honest, my wife probably played 80% of the story mode. I was
need to
like,
outsource it,
you
I guess.
I was like, you can play. That's fine. I'm not going to miss much.
That's cool.
We've been
Maybe I'll send
talking
my
about
copy over there.
these games, the Darwin's Paradox and the God of War game being $20-$30. This Mario Tennis game is like, is it $80? Did I see that?
70, I
70.
think.
70 still. That's kind of pricey, but you know,
It's a Mario
You're
game.
paying
it's
the
baby
Nintendo
Waluigi.
tax.
You pay for baby Waluigi, really.
do.
That's what that extra tax is going for. All right. Well,
That's
good.
me.
Do you have the physical copy?
I was going to, but then I was just like, I'll just download it.
Yeah.
So I do not.
Who wants to go buy physical in 28 inches of snow?
Yeah, not me.
Yeah. Well, guys, Coffee Golf has an update quickly.
Oh my God.
So for the past 260 something days, I've been going in and playing the daily hole, right? You go in, you play the hole, you get your check mark. I have to get better than 10% of the rest of the world in order to get the yellow check mark. It's just
might be like 8 people.
No other option. Yeah, me and 8 people. Yeah. But now they've added a new mode to where if you go into the story mode or whatever it is, if you play within a month's time, you play 50 of those holes, you get a striped ball. You play 100 of those holes, you get a cone head. And if you play 200 of those story mode holes, you get a crab hat. Hambone, a crab hat.
Wow.
If anything will suck you back in to
It's gonna
Coffee
be a
Golf,
crab hat.
it's a crab hat. But yeah, I think the rewards, it says the rewards change every month. But yeah, they're just offering new rewards to play through the story mode. So that's fine. It's still the same stuff. Next up, I played a game that my brother-in-law suggested to me called, let me ask you guys this. Have you ever played a game that's like a clone of another game? It's close, but not like the game, like Super Mario Dudes or something,
Okay.
You ever played any of those games?
Yeah.
Not Super Mario
like
Dudes,
I
but like
have.
clones of
Yeah.
games. Yeah.
Mhm.
This game is called a Kimbot, and it is a clone of Ratchet and Clank, almost down to like the dialogue. So it's pretty crazy how close it is to the game. And I played through the first stage or two. And I'm like, this is enough. I love Ratchet and Clank games. I played through a lot of them, probably not all of them, because there's like a million of them on the PSP. But I played through a lot of the Ratchet and Clank games, and I love the characters, love the gameplay. This one, the main character's a little off. Like every time he talks, he says, and then he speaks and says like, we probably shouldn't go there. And the Clank character's like, or the Ratchet character's like, come on, guy, we gotta go there. And then the guy's, okay, I guess I'll follow you. It's pretty cheap. But it's all right, I guess. If you love Ratchet and Clank and want more of it and can't get enough of it, then a Kimbot's for you, but it's not for me. Sorry, brother Jared. Next up, I can't believe I've never played this, Hambone Johnny, Subnautica.
That's insane.
This is like the scuba game on PlayStation. It's on Switch too, actually, come to find out. But I just never played this game, and I fired it up, and to basically boil it down, it's No Man's Ocean is what this game is. Have you played it, Hambone?
No, I've seen it though.
Okay. Yeah. You crash land and you've got a little pod in the middle of the ocean and you have to get out and explore a little bit but not too far because you only have limited resources, and then get back to your thing and recharge and kind of build up so you can go out and explore more. So the more you go out and gather, come back, build up your inventory, build up your shields, your oxygen, your breathing, whatever, then you can go down and build up more.
Some creepy.
I grabbed a fish and
busters in here.
squeezed it. I don't know what it did. I squeezed the fish and it popped. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I'm supposed to breathe in the popped air or
That's
eat
hilarious.
it, or just if I can just pop fish for the heck of it. But I didn't like No Man's Sky because I had to work to breathe. And this game's like that too. So, I mean, as much as I want to love it, I can't. I don't want to put the time into it. And all the fish are like alien fish. I like was the swimming game on Switch that I played, Ocean, whatever it was. But you go around and you find real fish that you can find in real life. That makes that game cool because you're like, oh, there's a great white. Let's see what that is. Let's see what that's like. This game's like complete alien fish that you'll never ever see. And you don't know if they're friend or foe. You don't know if you can pop them or swim up on them and they'll eat you. So you never know in this game. But if you like No Man's Sky, you will love No Man's Ocean. I didn't.
No Man's Ocean.
The next game I played was the House of Da Vinci VR. This is a VR escape room, which is right up my alley, right? It's really cool. I guess you're like you're Leonardo da Vinci's underling, and he goes missing. And so you go in to try to find where he's gone, and you have to escape room into his laboratory and then escape room around, and you get different items to rewind time and be able to see like basically his force ghost. You can rewind or fast forward and kind of see what all he did, and to help you out with puzzles and clues and help you figure out where he went. I believe the game is 7 levels long. I've played through about 3 of it, and it's good. I like it. If you like VR games, if you like escape rooms, I think it's kind of cheap. It didn't make me sick at all. The motion it wasn't free motion. It was the warp motion, to where you see a spot you want to go to and warp there without having to walk there. So I was able to play it without any kind of motion sickness issues. And I usually play VR sitting down just because it's more stationary and I'm not going to run into anything. But this one, there was one of the early puzzles. I wasn't able to it wasn't working with me sitting down. So I stood up and kind of reset the controls, and it worked a lot better standing up. So if you not only this game, if you're ever stuck in a VR game and can't really, if it feels wonky, try it standing up, sitting down, vice versa, whatever. That may help out with the situation. But yeah, I really like this game. I'll go through and play it. I looked at the trophies. One of them's like finish it in 2 hours, which I think is pretty. Once you play through and know all the puzzles, I think you should be able to fly through it pretty quickly like that. So that's like one of the harder trophies, but still, that's doable if you know what you're doing. I think I'm about 2 hours in, maybe an hour and a half through 3 levels. So I don't know, it's doable. And last but not least, the Nintendo Entertainment Company put out the Virtual Boy on Nintendo Classics. And I'd say a lot of you out there listening have tried it out. I know several people on our Discord got the peripheral, as did I. It's the whole shebang-a-bang. There's been unboxings of it all over the internet showing the comparison from it to the old school Virtual Boy, and it's basically 1-to-1. It's really close. It's really cool. It's $100. I don't even know if you can still get the plastic piece, but it's $100 to get that, or you can get a paper one for like $25, or it works with the old Labo one. I've got one of those sitting over here. You could pop it in and play that. I don't know if that'll work with the Switch 2, the Labo one would, but it does. The VR, the plastic piece, the whole Virtual Boy console basically comes with a piece that you can swap out and play it on Switch 1 or Switch 2. All it does is give it more of a gap to hold your Switch. But I played it, I popped it in, I played it, and I went immediately I played the old Virtual Boy back in the day with our friend Juan Bob. He had one. I never got one personally. I have one now. I got it several years ago, but I never had one originally when it came out. But he had one, and it was fun at the time. I played some Mario Tennis. I remember when he had it, and I liked it a lot. Of course, I'm a VR junkie, but I popped this thing in, and it looks really cool. Of course, I went straight to golf. Right, went straight to play Virtual Boy Golf, and it was hard. It was hard, like to figure out. The controls on it were janky, I thought. There was wind, but in golf games, it's like there's a 13 mile per hour wind. Well, in real life, in most golf games, that's gonna blow your ball. It will blow your balls everywhere. But in this game, it's like there's a 13 mile per hour wind. I don't know. I might have been hitting the ball in the wrong spot too, because you pick where you're going to hit the ball. You pick your club. You pick where you're going to stand. Your foot stance controls kind of the angle of where your ball is going to hook or slice. And then it gives you the power meter. The ball just goes up and down. You hit the ball on the power meter, and then it shows a picture of a golf ball, and a little dot goes back and forth across the golf ball. And wherever you hit A, that dot's going to stop on the golf ball. And it's very janky to where if it could stop, bottom right corner, boom, it's gonna put the back spin on it, and it's not going to fly as far. You hit the top of the ball, obviously the top spin, but it's really hard to know where that dot's going to stop. That might just be me because I'm bad at video games. Somebody might be I'm sure there's a Virtual Boy Golf master out there, but for me, I thought the controls were janky. And then I got probably about 40 yards out from the hole, and it gives you the club, like here's a pitching wedge or whatever it gave me. And it's like, it'll get it there, but how far is the hole and how far does the club hit and where on the power meter do you need to go to get that distance? It doesn't tell you any of that. No. So it tells you probably need a pitching wedge for this shot, but good luck with it. Because I used it and just sailed. It sailed completely past the hole, and then I'm like, well, I should have probably choked up on that one, but I turned it off and went straight to Wario, the WarioWare VR Virtual Boy game.
Oh boy,
and that was super fun. I really liked it. The Virtual Boy thing lets you play with the eye, I guess the eye location, because it can blur or be clear or whatever. And it's different because it's like, all right, -2 looks good to me on the start screen. But then you get into the game and it's like, all right, this is kind of blurry and looks weird. So then but it's really easy to change it mid-game. You can just hold down the triggers or whatever, and then you can change it to a +3, and now it looks good. And you can see it change while you're moving it from -2 to +3, so you can play with it to where it looks right. So it's really easy to play around with it to where it looks right in live time. So it's cool, man. I think there's like 6 or 8 games. There's Tetris, golf, Wario, pinball. I don't even know what else, but I only played the Wario and the golf, but it was really fun. It works really well. It looks cool, looks good. So yeah, fire that up. I don't know. Do you only get that with like the premium Nintendo plan, or does that on? Oh, okay. Yeah. So with the online, the special online package, you get that, but it's fun. If you like Virtual Boy, if you've never played it, I think you should. You can't play it on your television. You can't play it handheld. Obviously, you need some kind of peripheral because it splits it into 2 screens on your Switch. Expansion pack. Is what it's called, or whatever. It puts it into 2 screens to where you need the 2 eye holes. So it's cool, man. It's cool. But I like that kind of stuff. So that's what we've been playing. Moving on to, there was a state of play, as we mentioned earlier. I saw the highlights of this. I didn't watch the actual one. Did you watch it, Drew?
I did not watch it. I watched the recap.
I'm disappointed. As a newer PlayStation owner, I thought you would have been tuned in.
I'm disappointed.
Listen, I'm disappointed in myself. I think I had something going on. I totally blanked. I forgot about it. And then I went back and I was like, it's over an hour long, which I knew it was. But like, it's different when like you're hyped, you're ready. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch it, whether it's on my phone or the TV or whatever. And then once I forgot, I'm like, I'd probably just watch like a recap video or go to a website that has them all listed and then just watch the videos that I want to watch. And that's what I did. I found the website that had everything, and I was like, this looks like maybe a true game. I would watch the video, and I was like, oh, that's cool. What's next? Scroll. I'll read about this one, but I don't need to watch this one. So that's kind of what ended up happening. But I would imagine
when you look at the list and you see screenshots of these games, what stands out as a Drew game? It's got to be Underground.
I was looking.
There's
for
probably got to be a potion or two.
Yeah, definitely
somewhere.
A potion. Yeah,
a potion.
Potion
or
a mage.
Yeah, a mage. That's it. It's got to have a mage or an elf or a sword.
Yeah. I mean, you guys know me. You know better than I do what's a Drew game.
Oh, hilarious.
That's
well,
cool.
if you were like Drew and or Mr. Bob Coozy, who haven't watched this, we got you covered because we got some highlights to call out for you as well. So yeah, the state of play was about a week and a half ago. Hour long was incredible. Went by fast. So I watched it live. I was super hyped for it. A lot of good stuff. A lot of really good stuff. Cooz, did you ever play the Kenna Bridge of Spirits game?
I did.
Okay. What did you think about that one?
I thought it looked good, but I didn't like the gameplay. I remember it being kind of like a Pikmin kind of style game with the character throwing out. Yeah. I didn't care for it.
Yeah. A beautiful looking game. And likewise, the combat, the whole package just didn't do it for me, although it was seemed like a well put together game. Well, fast forward to 2026, they've got the first announcement of the showcase was Kenna Scars of Cosmora. So this is the follow up from Ember Labs, sort of Kenna 2, if you will.
Yeah, that was a surprise to me.
Same. I knew they were working on something. I didn't know it was going to be a Kenna follow up. So I'm pleased to see. I'm kind of excited to see what this game's going to be. Is it going to be more of the same? Is it going to be expanded upon? Like my big problem with Kenna was that the world looked really cool, but you couldn't like interact with everything, right? There were a lot of like invisible walls, so like it kind of inhibited like your platforming and stuff. So that just kind of took me out of it. This one seems like it's bigger, better, more interesting. There's a big like fox spirit creature you ride around on. Seemed pretty cool. Didn't see any potions, Drew, but there might be one or two in there mixed in. So yeah. So that was sort of the first game that jumped out to me.
Who makes that game? Is that like a Sony only?
I don't know if they're first party. I think it's first party published, but I don't know if they own it. But it's Ember Labs.
Okay.
Is the publisher. The first Kenna game was their first game. This is their second. So, I think they've got the partnership with Sony, but it's not like a Sony owned situation. Four Loop was a game they showed at the Game Awards. Did you guys check that out?
No, but I like the name. The name's intriguing. Four Loop. I like fours and I like loops.
It's got both for you. Yeah. So this is sort of like a science fiction PvE type of game, kind of in the vein of like a Helldivers or even like an Arc Raiders, where you and a bunch of buddies go into a map and you're trying to do a certain objective. If you do well, you power up and you can choose. It's sort of like got that roguelike nature to it. And it all culminates in this really, what seems like really interesting boss battles. Like they showed off this big cube that they were fighting that was like, I don't know, the size of like a football stadium, and you had to shoot it in certain ways and whatnot. And it's basically all around trying to just really save humanity. And if you die, you get reprinted when your conscious gets put back into you. And that's like kind of the loop aspect of it. But it's made by Bad Robot Games. So I think that's J.J. Abrams' company, right? I think they do Lost and like a bunch of the movies and stuff too. Bad Robot. But
they do.
Yeah, so it seems interesting. There's no date on it, but this is one that it's sort of the top of my list. Something that I think the three of us can get into and have some fun.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. Put that one on the list. Okay. So Ghost of Yote was the big game from Sony last year. Just like with Tsushima, they're coming out with this Legends mode. So it's a free-to-play add-on. Comes out in like a week and a half. Again, it's a co-op. Sort of you pick different classes. You go and you do some challenges. There's sort of a more mystical kind of aspect to it. There was a little bit of that sprinkled into Ghost of Yote, but it was pretty grounded. This is sort of taking it up a notch. There's all kinds of demons you're fighting and kind of chaos. Seemed really cool. And I always love free. It's the best price. So
Yeah,
if you
especially for
bought-
DLC. That's really
Mhm.
nice. And March 10th, that's pretty soon. I feel like
That's
Ghost of Yote was like in the fall, wasn't it? That's
it
pretty.
was.
pretty
Yeah,
quick.
so it was a pretty quick turnaround. So I'm excited
Yeah.
for that. Control Resonant. So another one that was highlighted during the Game Awards. This got a little bit more play. Highlighting it here only because I'm super excited for it. It looks more melee based as opposed to the Control game I'm playing right now, which is more around like shooting and using powers, but having that gunplay. This seemed like you have, instead of having a gun that shifts into different forms, you have a melee weapon that shifts into different forms. So there was like a big hammer and a sword and all kinds of different things. They were doing some really crazy things with gravity and sort of like shifting of perspectives. So they showed one spot where he's like running on the ground, and then there was an enemy on the side of a building, and he jumped to the building and it kind of like did a 90-degree turn, and now the building is the ground and
That's
the
cool.
sky is to the left.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really, really cool. It looks amazing. I need to hear more. I've heard a lot of people out there saying, I don't know if this is really going to be a 2026 game. They're not
Mm.
convinced, but I'm convinced. I'm excited for it. So want to watch this next one. Drew, if you didn't see this game, I think this
I
is the
saw
most
it.
this is the most Drew game of the presentation, called Crimson Moon. So don't
Of
not
course,
to be
yeah.
confused with Crimson Desert, but
Uh-huh.
Crimson Moon is a gothic action hack and slash.
Yeah. Who's playing with me? Who's playing with me?
I'm in.
Not
I'm
me.
in.
I'm out.
I'm in.
All right, Hambo. We'll put
It-
one night.
that-
Every night we'll play. We'll pick one a week.
That's it. It looks cool, man. It's the trailer caught me because they had this like rad like
Yeah.
doom like soundtrack playing, and I was in. They were slashing skeletons and zombies, and heads were rolling. And there's a big ogre on the screen, and I said, "Oh man, Drew is in on this one. This
I'm
is like,
so in.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I want to play co-op, so we'll pick a night and we'll
yeah,
play
this
through
looks
it.
cool."
Sweet.
It's supposed to come out this year as well. I mean, to be honest with you, it doesn't look like the best game ever.
No,
like,
it doesn't.
but it looks
fun.
like a fun like
Yeah.
AA type of game, and I'm there to support the studios that are going to put out games like that too. Not every game needs to be a Ghost of Yote, right? So that looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's Crimson Moon.
Mhm.
Castlevania got a new game announced. So there was a big like Konami block. This is where they showed off the Darwin's Paradox demo and several other things. And one of the other things, the big sort of highlight here, was this Castlevania Belmont's Curse game. Really, really stylistic 2D Metroidvania, well, Castlevania game, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's
Yeah.
half the namesake right there.
It's a
Um,
Vania.
It's a Vania. That's it.
Yeah.
It looked awesome. It looked really, really cool. I don't
Does
know
look
if I'm in
cool.
for another Metroidvania so quick. Who knows when this is coming out? But it looks super stylish, way more style than Sons of Sparta, to be honest with you.
Right.
But yeah, something for you to watch for sure.
Is that is Konami making that?
Konami's making this one. Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
So coming home there. And then another one to call out, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, right? So Cooz, you played this beta a couple
I did.
months ago, thereabouts.
Yeah.
It got the big announcement here is that it's got a release date of August 6th. Looks cool, man. Looks really cool. They showed off a bunch of Marvel characters, X-Men specifically. So Storm and her team. Half of the, I'm not a huge Marvel guy, but they looked cool.
Yeah.
There-
I
there
think
was
this
somebody-
game
yeah.
is going to be, in the fighting game community, which is crazy.
Yeah.
This game's going to be.
I think it's going to be huge.
it's going to be a game changer. So yeah, I think it's going to be
Yeah.
big time.
I think so
But
too.
it's a certain niche of gamer.
Yeah, I can't wait to suck at this game. I'm going to be terrible
right.
at it, but it looks
Yeah.
looks really fun, and for like $40 or $50,
Yeah.
I'm in to try it and mess around with it for a couple
Yeah.
weekends.
Yeah.
And then I already mentioned it earlier, but like the big sort of last announcement was TC Carson talking about new God of War trilogy remake. A lot of speculation about like what does remake mean, right? Are they going to take the old games and just kind of put a glossy coat of paint on it, or are they truly remaking these from the ground up, like akin to like a Final Fantasy VII remake, where they're changing the entire gameplay and whatnot. I don't know. They didn't tell us anything. They said we'll know more later this summer, perhaps. So, yeah, it looks cool. I'm excited. I never played those original God of War games. I watched a friend play God of War 2, but I never got on the controls. Looks super fun. But I'm there. But whether it's that glossy coat of paint or something totally new, I'm excited to try it.
Nice.
So
If I were to speculate, I'd say it's a glossy coat of paint, and they've already done that once with these games.
that's true.
They've
did.
remade the 3 games
Several
once
times.
already. So that's interesting. How many times can you remake a game? I mean, I guess The Last of Us did it from PS3 to PS4 and then several times. Yeah, I don't know. How many times can you remake a game?
As
mean,
long as
they
people
could probably put out Wind Waker on every console and nobody would ever fuss about
Yeah,
it.
be like, all right, well,
Yeah.
cool.
That's the point.
One new island or something, right?
I guess if it sells, keep
Yeah,
making
if people are gonna buy it, that's how many times you can do it. But
That's right. Yeah.
that's kind of how it goes. But yeah, when they showed that Santa Monica logo at the end of the trailer, I was super excited for whatever it was. I love that studio. They do good
Yeah,
stuff.
me too. I like them too. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was the highlights. There was several more games out there, but those are the ones that sort of jumped out to me that I thought this group might be interested in. So yeah. Anything else, Drew, from your extensive research post state of play that jumped out?
Killed it as usual, Hambone.
Yep. As usual.
But Crimson Moon, I'm in for that.
Crimson Moon,
On
let's
the
do it.
scene reporter.
Great.
Yep.
Maybe
Awesome.
4 loop. See where I'm at in life.
So now we're just waiting on a Nintendo Direct. How long's it? I mean, it's been a minute on that, right? We had the Indie Direct or whatever it was, but
Yeah, the partner one too recently.
yeah, the partner showcase. That was it.
We need something.
Yeah. So hopefully that happens. No word on this on the Zelda 40th birthday this past weekend.
No.
Right? Did they nothing was said. No. That's par for the course for Nintendo though.
Great.
All right. We have many fantastic listeners, and a lot of them are on our Discord page, and some of them even submit questions to us.
Woo.
And one of the best, Max Power, has submitted a question. And this is a really good question. It might be the GOAT of questions. So here it goes. Question for the Clubhouse crew. 10, 20, 30. What was your favorite game released 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and 30 years ago? I think that's a fantastic question, Max Power. You even sent the links to the Metacritic pages
really
to
nice.
remind us what games were out during those times. Because if you asked me that question without those links, I would say your guess is as good as mine, Max Power. Yeah, if you tell me what my games were back then, because I don't know. Yeah, so there we go. I'll go first. You want to go by year? Everybody go around and say,
Yeah, that's cool. That sounds good.
30 years ago was the year 1996. I was a junior in high school in my mother's basement with a Nintendo 64 and the Ghostface Killer Iron Man CD. I had a CD player by then. I was
Wow, you're
moving up there.
living big.
I had this CD on loop playing Wu-Tang and Ghostface Killer over and over and over and over while I played Super Mario 64. That was my game of 1996. I have that memory burnt in my head with that music. And still to this day, when I play that game, I have to play that music. It's crazy how it went together. But
It does.
yeah, that was my game in 96.
It's funny how you say that, like how you sense sound, smells with games. It's funny because I bought these 2 air fresheners that I now have I put on like in my game room. And every time I smell the air freshener, I think Arc Raiders. Because it's just
That's
like
wild.
And then
That's
I have
crazy.
one, and then I have the same air freshener in the downstairs bathroom. So I'll go into the bathroom like Arc Raiders. Like it's just a weird. So, but you're right. You do sense
Smells
things.
like topside.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'll echo you. I mean, there's no other answer. Mario 64. There's something
Mhm.
so special about 1996 days, right? When you didn't have the internet, really. You didn't have stuff to go tell you whether that star was or what to do. It just had a description on the level, and you went and found it. Magical moments. I agree.
Yeah.
1996, Mario 64. Also, my mom's basement.
Yeah.
As well as a lot of Sega. I was still playing the Sega Genesis, carried over before. A lot of card games back in the day. Combat cars, rock and roll racing, a lot of like combat style racing games with a rave back then. So
Yeah,
those are
they
my
were
major great
too.
memories.
What was the one
Yeah.
with the clown on PlayStation? And the
Twisted
ice
Metal.
cream
Twisted
truck.
Metal.
Yeah, Twisted
Yeah.
Metal. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same thing, guys. Looking back at that, I'm trying to think if I feel like we couldn't get our hands on 64 until after Christmas that year. I think my neighbor had it and I played it with him, but I don't think we actually owned it. That would have been 7th grade for me. And but just going by the year and games that released there, I mean, you got to say Mario 64. I've played
Got it.
that game, I don't know, 20, 30 times at this point, like over and over and
Mhm.
over again. It's so great. But just to give a little bit more love and spread it out a little bit, I have a huge soft spot for Pilot Wings 64. I love
Oh,
that game. It's so fun playing the bonus level with the cannon and just getting stuck into the side of a mountain with the guy's little feet like kind of sticking out and just so many laughs. Like I had a good time with that game too. But yeah, you can't really mess around with Mario 64. Like
Mm.
that is the goat from that generation. So that's
Was
where
that
I'm at.
is Pilot Wing 64 the best of the Pilot Wings?
I never played any of the other ones.
Oh,
You
okay.
didn't need to. You didn't need
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, that one scratched the itch. Yep.
That's it. One and done.
Nice. Well, next up, we fast forward to the future 10 more years, and 20 years ago was the year 2006. Back then, we were saying 2006. Now we say 2020, whatever. But 2006, I don't know. Let's see. What was I doing? I don't know what I was doing, but it wasn't good things. I forget what my choice is. Somebody else go ahead. I forget
know.
what
Yeah,
I
all right.
wrote down.
Go ahead, Drew. Go ahead.
I was still in my mom's basement.
Okay.
But 2006 was the year of MMOs. Guild Wars was out. They had a new expansion coming out called Nightfall. A little bit of World of Warcraft on the side going on. That was just the typical mom's basement playing MMOs to 3 a.m. and sneaking upstairs so I don't have to answer my mom like, what are you still doing up? And yeah, it was a thing of the past using Ventrilo because we didn't have Discord chat, right? You had to use Vent and you had all these other fun stuff to use. I remember you had to use the little mouse wheel. You'd push the mouse wheel down to talk. And yeah, that's probably the most ingrained video game memories was this era for me. Met a lot of people that I still talk to today sometimes.
I love that.
So,
Every once in a while, Drew, you remind me how much of a nerd you are, and I just love you more and more for that.
You know,
it's just so
my daughter said something to me today, which foreshadowing we were doing all the I was going through my retro collection, and she goes, "Dad, just get your nerd stuff out of the living room." And I was like, "Whoa." She's like, "Well, you're a nerd," and I'm like, Yeah, I am. I am a nerd.
Get your nerd stuff out of here. Get it out of here. Rainer in chat says we're surprised no one picked Ocarina of Time. That was 98, 2 years later. So when Max Power comes back to us in 2 years and asks the question, we'll talk about Ocarina of Time at that point.
Yeah, that'll be my choice for 1998. Yep.
100%. But yeah, 2006, interesting time for Hambone. I would have graduated last year of college and or just graduated. So I wasn't in my mom's basement, but I was definitely in friends' basements doing Jägermeister shots for sure. That was sort of the Jaeger bomb era, the Hambone Jaeger bomb era for sure. So anyway, with that was sort of also the time when I probably was playing the least amount of video games in my life. But I loved me some Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero 2 was the jam, man. Just messing around, passing the controller back and forth. Guitar Hero 2, just calling out some amazing songs on here, right? Beast and the Harlot, right? Some Avenged Sevenfold, good stuff. Freya, I didn't even know what that song was, but I found it. But that
On
was
Guitar Hero.
on
Yep.
Guitar Hero. That was a ripper. John the Fisherman, who doesn't like Primus? Message in a Bottle. YYZ from Rush. Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart from Stone Temple Pilots. And then every time someone picked Freebird, I just got so pissed because it took forever. But Freebird was there too, man. I mean, Guitar Hero was it then. That was the game. So for me, 2006 Guitar Hero.
Good stuff.
That was my brother's. That's what he played. He had a roommate. His roommate was named Drew. Him and Drew would stay up just playing Guitar Hero nonstop. I played a lot of, at that time, my wife and I were engaged, and we were playing a lot of GameCube. We played a lot of Mario Party on GameCube, my wife and I. But what I remember from 2006 was we went to New York City for New Year's. This is obviously late 2000, the last day of 2006. But we went to the Toys R Us in Times Square, which is no longer there.
Oh, yep.
And we both bought Nintendo DSs, matching DSs. And at the time, I really wanted the gold Zelda one that came with Zelda, but it was more money. It was like $100 more or something. So we both got, I think I got the black one. She got the white one. So we both had DSs, and we bought the game Brain Age, and we played it with those systems. You could play it together. You could link up the systems and both play Brain Age and try to beat each other's, high brain score. So that's what I remember from that time, is going to that Toys R Us in Times Square, buying those DSs and playing Brain Age with my wife, just nonstop. Super, super good memories. But throughout the year, we played a lot of Mario Party on GameCube, but I don't think it came out that year. I don't know. I didn't look that up, but a lot of Mario Party, a lot of me and my wife playing games, because that's what we did. But yeah, good time, good year. That was 20 years ago. And 10 years ago was the year 2016. My daughter was 2, which is crazy to think about, that now she's 12. But when she was 2, we had an au pair come over from South Africa to help us out because we didn't know how to parent. So we had a live-in nanny come help us, named Danielle. Shout out, Danielle. You're not listening.
Yeah.
But if she is,
hello to South Africa. But anyways, when the kids would go to bed, we would get together with Danielle and play Overcooked, which came out that year, the original Overcooked. We'd play it. And I remember Danielle was such a sweet girl, very nice, so sweet, never said a bad thing in her life. And that game made her say bad words. And we would laugh so hard at her when she would get frustrated and cuss. So that's what I remember about that year and that game. Also, shout out to PlayStation VR. The first one, I think, came out that year. I played a lot of that, and still love those games. Still have great memories of those games. But Overcooked, we still play today. I play with my kids and wife. I've talked about it on the show. We play Overcooked often. So that game still hangs after 10 years. So I'm going to pick that as my choice. But there was a lot of games in 2016. A lot of good games, a lot of slop games. Guys, what were you playing 10 years ago in the past?
Go ahead, Hambone.
Yeah, 2016. That's the year my son was born. So yeah, it's a good year for me for sure. Thinking back on it now, I'd say Dark Souls 3 is probably my favorite game that was released that year. Funny happenstance, I've only played that game within the last 12 months. So kind of maybe set that game aside for a second. Takes me back, and kind of in the early parenting days, no idea what I'm doing, up late, whatever. But I needed something to do with my hands while I was, dealing with the little man. And I went out there and I got my 3DS and I played the mess out of Pokemon Sun. That was my game when my son was a little guy, and he was just laying on my shoulder. He would only sleep if he was getting held. And so that's what we would do. I would just play Pokemon all in the middle of the night, and he'd be sleeping on me. I'd be catching whatever Pokemon and just vibing out with that. So Pokemon Sun's always going to have a nice special place in my heart.
Nice.
Very good. So 2016 also for me was the year my son was born. My daughter was 2. We were in our first house as grown-ups for about 4 or 5 years. So it was a lot of memories of me being in we had like a raised ranch. I had like the lower level was like a second living room. That was my video game room. And it was just a lot of Wii U Zelda games. I just remember like anything I maybe missed in the previous years. So that was like my lull time was probably like the early 2010s, was just because I was like transitioning to being an adult. So I was playing like Skyward Sword. I was playing Twilight Princess. I was just playing all these Zelda games. Remember, I'd wake up super early because I'm an early guy, 6 a.m., get my coffee, get the dog, chill downstairs, and just play Zelda games. So nothing specific, but those are my memories from that time frame. It's really Zelda.
Yep. Those are classics.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That was an excellent question, Max Power. And I would suggest anyone else listening to put out more questions like that to us, and we will answer every single one of them on the show. Well, most of them. I'm not going to say everyone because some of them might be lame, to be honest with you. Step your game up. Send a good question. We will absolutely answer it. Thank you, chat and Discord fam. And next up, we're going to just chat briefly that just mentioned that we are Survivor fans. And Survivor 50 comes on Wednesday. Guys, we're having our Survivor draft, our fantasy draft tomorrow, I believe. We haven't had it set in stone, but that's the plan. I haven't seen the list of players usually we go through and say, we like this person, and I haven't looked that list up. I already know who I'm picking, but I haven't gone through the list. You guys looked at the lineup?
I've been aware of the lineup. I need to do some heavy research data to be prepared for the draft.
Okay.
Yeah, same spot. I looked at them. 3 tribes, Rizzo and Savannah from last season are coming back, so we know that. And then I don't know. The time just seems to melt away because looking at this list and seeing so many players from like season 40, and I'm like, that feels just like yesterday. That was 5-6 years ago. So I've got to go and refamiliarize myself. I think these seasons where they have their returning players is always unique, right? Because you kind of them and their play style from their first season or first seasons, right? And are they going to change? Are they not? Are they going to like learn from their mistakes? Are they going to fall back into the same tropes? Like I saw Q, right? Q is back. Back on. He's on my do not draft list. I do not want that guy.
Really?
He's too much of a wild card.
He is wild.
He's wild. His mind's all over the place. Don't want him. Get out of here.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can have him. But I'm curious, right? So we're gonna draft tomorrow. We got the regular cast of characters plus Angel, right? Excited about that.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. I need you guys to think of any other unique rules you want to switch up or change or whatnot. But
I think we added some last year, which was some fun ones. I think there's going to be twists that we're not thinking of because it's 50.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure there's something that's going to happen that we're not considering, but we'll do our best. And
I want like Exile Island back or something.
Yeah, if they announce, what I'll say now is if they announce something like that is completely changing the game, I think we regroup and say, hey, considering this new rule, let's think about X, Y, and Z kind of point.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Yeah, I'll be ready to go with the magic spreadsheet, and we'll go from there. I'm excited. I can't believe it's already this week.
Me too. I can't believe it either.
Yeah. Mini Cooz is stoked.
Nice.
She's already planned out. We're having a watch party. We're going to watch it. It comes on Wednesday nights. For those of you who don't know, we're going to watch it on Thursday because that's when it comes on Paramount Plus with no commercials. Because I told her, hey, we can watch it live. She's like, I don't want ads. Commercials are ads to kids, I guess, nowadays. So
it's tough though. Nowadays, you get it on the socials, you don't want to get spoiled.
That's true. So I'm not going to get on the socials. I'm off the socials. Yeah. I'm blocking the word survivor on my Google search. All right, next up, Drew's snowed in, and while he's been snowed in, he looked in the corner and saw several boxes of what he thought were Pampers diapers, and he said, "Why do I still have these Pampers?" And as he walked over and inspected the boxes, he realized they were not, in fact, Pampers. They were filled with retro video games, mainly Nintendo product. He went through them. Drew, what do you got? Do you have pictures for us, or are you just going to describe what was in the box?
I have a couple pictures. Let's do this.
So you went through your collection, basically. So what's behind you in your room, for those of you watching live on YouTube and or Twitch, that's not your collection behind you. That's just a few random items. Your collection was stored in boxes. So here, for those listening at home, we've got a picture of several Pampers boxes I described. There's an Amazon box there, a giant blue tote, several other totes, and a Goomba hat.
Some paper boxes as well. So this has been on my radar for years. I've had everything organized to a T in the way you could see. They're all labeled by their system, kind of. And then you kind of see the paper boxes on the right. That was just like retro games, retro controllers, cords thrown everywhere. I had bought these boxes over here on the right at Walmart maybe a month ago, and they've been sitting in there unused for the last month. And I said, what better day than today? So I went downstairs in the basement. I took up everything. I laid it out on the living room floor, and I went to work. Yeah. So the goal is to use my new airtight bins and put everything in there by console. So put the physical console in there, all the games associated with that console, all the cords, all of the controllers. And that way in the future, if I ever wanted to play Sega Genesis, I go grab the Sega box. Everything's there from the cords, controllers, and the games, and I can just hook it up and unhook it if that's what I wanted to. So
that's a great idea.
It was quite the endeavor. I did this as well as I have an app I use called Game Eye, spelled game with like an EYE. Essentially, you can load everything in there, and I think it uses price chart to give you the prices of the games. So I have everything logged
to let you know how much your collection is worth.
How much my collection is worth. And when you input the game, you say if it's loose, if you have the manual, if it's in the box, etc., etc. And then it actually separates it by games, systems, controllers, or printed media. They also have Toys to Life, which is like Amiibos, Disney Infinity. Cool. I didn't get involved in that. I couldn't. It was too much work.
Yeah.
So here we are. Let's see. Let's just go through this. So I started off kind of going from timeline from the past to the present. I started out with NES. I have 2 NES consoles. I have one Dr. Mario that's in the box.
Ooh.
And I learned a lot going through this collection. I learned that, let's see here.
You have great taste in video games. That's what you learned. How much is that box, Dr. Mario?
That box, Dr. Mario. I'm going to see if I can... you can sort by specific console.
Also, why do you have 2 Nintendos? Sell one of those things, man. You can get $100 at least.
You don't need it. Complete in box is only worth $30, believe it or not.
Oh, that's a shame. I thought it'd be more than that.
It's in like really good condition too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I also learned a few things about some other games that I had. Let's see, what was one of the ones? So Punch Out.
2 ice hockeys.
2 ice hockeys. I bought a bunch of Marios. There's the Mike Tyson's Punch Out I have, as well as the normal Punch Out, which removes Mike Tyson. But then Mike Tyson's Punch Out has a few variants. There's the 5-screw versus the 3-screw. I have the 3-screw. Yeah. But there's also a difference between the white bullet text and the orange bullet text. And I didn't really know that. I have the white bullet text, which is actually worth more money, which is fantastic. So I got that. But one game that I came across in here that I've talked about several times in this podcast that is worth way more than I thought is Nightmare on Elm Street, which is worth a $70 game, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Loose.
So, wow. Loose. Just loose. Yeah, wow. I was impressed with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you got two Nintendos, Hambone. You gotta have 2 ice hockeys. What do you mean?
Got it. Yeah. Gotta have 2. Never know. There's the Holy Grail, my friends. Moving
Yeah.
on to Super Nintendo. Earthbound. Earthbound nowadays fetches quite the cost here. Let's see. Earthbound. And guess
The thing about these are the batteries in them, right? Are they still good? Do they still hold the save data?
What do you think this game's worth nowadays?
I'd say $230.
$368.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Crazy.
That is
crazy.
Wild.
Crazy people. I came across a unopened box of Super Mario Oreos with the Princess Peach's missing little tag in there, sealed inside a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
So that was in some of the stuff. Remember that you said, what is the stuff, Hambo?
Yeah, you had 2 bins. So you had Nintendo accessories and Nintendo stuff.
We'll get to that. That's at the end.
So I was interested about that.
Moving on to my GameCube collection. Various controllers here. I showed this because I had 2 Wavebirds. I had the shiny silver one and the light gray ones.
Those are pricey. Those are like 80 or 90 bucks, right?
$70 each for the Wavebirds.
Yep. And for that third-party controllers, $7.99.
What, the crazy cat?
Mad Cats.
Mad Cats, that's the one.
Yeah.
Look at that grip.
Huge collection of strategy guys, all in fantastic shape.
Those are cool.
I think I'd already put away my Paper Mario one. Paper Mario, the original, is worth $60. This Majora's Math worth $60. Yeah, these fetch a penny. They didn't wear.
Yeah, they do. Those are hard to find these days too.
And I'll still use these sometimes if I go back and play some of the. I used the this Wind Waker one when I played it on GameCube NSO.
That's really cool.
Yep. So this was just all of them after they were organized, and then I actually reorganized them again because I ran out of boxes. So I ended up combining a few. So I ended up putting, I think, Sega with N64 and GameCube did their own bin because they had quite a bit. The Wii, I combined the Wii and the Wii U. I'll talk about some of the games in a minute. Go through the pictures first. Look at this I found. This goes in the accessory bin. The Donkey Konga. Yeah. Kind of want to boot that game back up. You say Guitar Hero, Hambone. Play the bongos, my friend.
Yeah.
Came across a Game Boy Color with, if you look at some of these games here, some gems here. Pokemon Original Blue.
Yeah.
We got the Final Fantasy Legend and the Adventures. Yeah, so this little bundle was worth some cash as well.
Man, I love Rampage.
It's a classic
game.
Let's see.
And the batteries. Why did you set out the batteries and took a picture of those?
Shame on me. The batteries were in the system.
Oh, no.
Luckily, they didn't explode. It still turned on, but I said, that is a big no-no, my friend.
Yeah.
And I took those out instantly.
Yeah.
It was doing
a little case there for your Game Boy Color, man. That is a nice little setup. Little Game Boy Color with the case, some games it all fits inside.
Pokemon Blue was worth $70 loose.
Wow. I was a Pokemon Blue kid as well.
Let's see what we got next. My 3DSs.
Wow. Nice collection there.
Do you know how much this Yoshi guy goes for?
It's gonna go $230 again. I'm gonna say $230 on everything.
Wow, $234.
Wow, look at him.
Yep. The purple's $157. Yeah, these fetch.
Yeah, purple was a special edition too, right? Wasn't it?
I believe it was. Yep.
Yeah.
Even the black's $135. So that's like the midnight black one, the shiny one. This is my handheld bin with all my DS, 3DS games. I have the original. Remember these Club Nintendos?
Yeah.
The Game & Watch? Those are sealed, unopened.
Worth?
Hard time finding it because they weren't on the app. But,
because they're not official games, right? Probably.
Let's see if we can do Club Nintendo Game & Watch. Let's see. Let's do it a little
real-time Googling here.
Sealed. Let's see. What do we got?
50 bucks.
50 bucks each, maybe? Yeah. Let's say 50.
I'll give you 30. I'll give you 30.
Not for sale.
Okay. Are you going to sell any of this stuff ever?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, but not
So-
not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. So here's the final result. Very happy with it. So the
Yep,
Nintendo
looks good.
accessories
Looks clean.
are mostly Nintendo Wii accessories, like the steering wheels. We got the zapper. We
Yep.
got some Disney Infinity stuff. Yep. All the little attachments for that crap. The Nintendo stuff was more of like rare merchandise, cookies. I think I put like the Goomba hat, the Bowser hat were in there. I had some unopened
Can't crush cookies
things, some stuff that you gave me, Cooz, over time with some of the Nintendo merch. So that's just like Nintendo merch type thing. It's not really super valuable. Actually, you know what I did have in there? Remember the Punch Out? There was it came with a Punch Out Contenders kit, I think is what it was called.
Yes, I always wanted that for Wii. I think that's like $200.
I have
it might be worth more now.
I have it unopened.
I'm gonna go $230.
Contenders kit, is that what it was called?
Something like that, yeah. You don't have it sealed. Oh, it's sealed, huh? Look at that, $400.
$400.
Wow.
Yeah, there it is, right there. It comes with it comes with like King Hippo's crown. It comes with a few things. You know what it was when I bought this back in the day? Cooz, I bought 2 of them. So I opened one. It has
smart.
It has a Doc chocolate bar as well.
Yep. I bet that's held up real well.
I bet so.
I have an important question.
Yes.
Is this your handwriting?
That is my handwriting.
Wow.
Very nice.
Handwriting.
Very nice.
I thought you outsourced to Amy.
Nope, that is all me.
I'm surprised. Very
Looks
nice.
good. Yep.
So that's my collection. I'll read some stats through the app that I have.
Anything on Wii worth anything?
We can sort by that. I'm gonna read you down my top 10 games, and we'll see if any of the Wii ones fall on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, number 10 coming in. Legend of Zelda: Four Swords Adventure for GameCube.
Yeah.
Complete in box, $76.
Nice.
Legend of Zelda: Spirit Tracks DS, $76. The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. Remember that was the one with the promo that had like the original 2 Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask all in one disc?
Yep.
$77.
I always wanted that. Never got it.
Game Boy Advance Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. Paper Mario, the original N64 loose.
How much was the Minish Cap, man?
Oh, I'm sorry,
Come on,
$88.
$88. Gotcha. Okay.
Paper Mario loose, $100. Tamagotchi Life, the original on Nintendo 3DS, loose. I don't even have the bots. $102.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll give you 80.
Deal. My daughter might be mad. She still plays it. That's just the only game she plays. I said, you played that on my Yoshi 3DS. I said, do you know you're just walking around with $350 in your hands?
Yeah.
How's that for nerd dad?
Yeah.
Right.
Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD on Wii U.
Oh, yeah. That's pricey.
$110.
I've got the box and the amiibo for that, but not the game.
We'll have to put a bundle together if we ever want to sell.
Yeah. Yep.
Mario Party sits with the microphone for GameCube. $116.
Once they introduce peripherals, I was out of Mario.
Yeah.
I think that lost
Mario
me.
Party 5 was the last bastion of good ones.
Yeah.
Gauntlet Dark Legacy, probably the top 5 best games of all time for GameCube. $121.
I bought that game to play with you when you came out here, and we played the 64 one, right?
It's good, not as good.
We didn't play Dark Legacy, so then once we didn't play it, I sold it. But I got a nice price for it. So
good, cool.
Yeah.
And then Earthbound was number 1, which we talked about. So yeah, any questions you got for me as far as games?
I mean, the Zelda games, that's a nice that's a nice investment to do at the Zelda games. I don't know if you guys saw, we are going to PAX East. For those of you listening, we've mentioned it before. I'll mention it again here now. PAX East. If you're going, holler at us. You can run into the Clubhouse crew. We'll hang out. We'll say hey. We'll do stuff. We'll do stuff. Hambone's face got real curious.
Oh, I got more stats for you when you're ready.
Hold on, real quick. The question I had for you was, actually, it doesn't even matter now that I'm saying it out loud. The voice actors for Zelda are going to be there. Are you going to take a copy of the Zelda? Which game is it?
Ooh.
The new one. You can get it signed. Imagine what that would be. I don't know. It'd be a nice little addition to your collection. So go ahead, give me some more stats.
All right, more stats. How many Lord of the Rings games do you think I have?
How many did they make?
How many? Do you have duplicates?
It's not as many as you'd think. I don't have them all.
I think you have 6 Lord of the Rings games.
That's correct.
Wow. Hambone Johnny is sifted through your collection.
GameCube Third Age, GameCube Return of the
Those see-through containers. I mean,
the DS, Lord of the Rings Conquest. That was a fun one. Lego Lord of the Rings. You know what? I have the Lego Hobbit somewhere, but I didn't put that in here. I also have. This isn't accurate. I missed some. I also have the GameCube Hobbit. I have the Hobbit on Game Boy Advance, and I have Lord of the Rings Aragon's Quest on Wii. Quite the
nice. Man. Well, did you ever play that Gollum game?
No, I did not.
Oh, that's too bad. I don't
I
know how you can play 6 other ones and not that one.
I want to play the dwarf one.
Yeah.
the Mines of Moria.
Yeah.
Curdonius, how do you say that username?
Curdonius.
Yeah, Curdonius. He asks, any plan to get any graded? Have you ever thought about that?
I don't think so. I don't have enough of them complete all of the newer ones, I'd say GameCube and up, are in very good shape. But
yeah.
I don't know.
My Sealed Endless Ocean on Switch 1, I'm gonna get graded. Just to save forever. Endless Ocean.
Do it. Then you'll never open it.
No.
You don't want to be tempted.
Nope.
So what else you got? I don't know. I think that's it. I mean, I can search if you have any other weird questions. I can search and see how many Mario games I have.
Are those microphones worth anything? I saw you had 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't think I listed them in here though.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I've got one of the GameCube microphones.
Yeah. Probably not. They're probably not worth anything.
But I doubt it. They are worth between $10 and $14.
Nah.
I didn't add those. I'm missing some stuff here. I got to go back and look at this. But out of everything I have, I entered 290 items today. What do you think the total value is?
I'm going to go with 230. I'm going to go 4,500.
$3,002.
$9,546.
Man,
that's crazy.
You can sell that and buy a big snowblower that won't get drowned out.
That's right. But I think I missed some. I didn't go back and add some. I didn't go back and confirm. But it was fun. I'm glad I went through. It took me 3 hours, but probably getting up, doing something, coming back. But
are you keeping any of the boxes up to play a little nostalgia this weekend, or are they all in the basement?
Well, when I did it, I told Evan we would play some NBA Jam, but I don't know if I have. I need to buy an adapter. I was
going to say, do you have a CRT or an older?
No, I have a GameCube HDMI adapter. I bought one. I remember that, so I can play GameCube on anything. I need to get a HDMI adapter for those older systems.
Yeah, I got some just little cheapy ones on Amazon.
That's all I need.
They work.
Yeah, exactly. You might have a little lag here and there, but I have the Retro Tink Mini. Works really well. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I did come across. I also have the NES Classic sealed unopened, which was nice.
Ooh, that's probably worth a pretty penny. I've got one sitting right here on my desk, but it's obviously open and modded. Don't sue me, Nintendo. I love you.
Only $74 sealed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Unless I put it in wrong.
You know, something that's really bothered me about the newer Nintendo stuff is sealed. Is they don't seal them anymore. They just have the tab that you could technically open up and open
I
the
know.
console and then
And put a
tab
new
it
one on.
back. Yeah, but that sucks. Start sealing your stuff, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Signed collectors. You know, speaking of retro stuff, the store I took you guys to when you came out here
remember
in
that.
Boulder, the retro store closed for good last week. Sad
Oh,
that
that's a
that
bummer.
was, in my opinion, that was the best retro gaming store in Colorado. It was called
Hmm.
Game Force in Boulder. There's several Game Forces in the state. They're all independently owned. They're not a chain. So this one was separate from the others, but man, I liked it the best. The workers there were awesome. Shout out to Chris and Harris, and their game selection was awesome. Their prices, I think, were the best in the state. So sad day for that. But
That's a bummer.
anyways, we still have a few retro shops that we can hit up. So I guess not all is lost. And you always have online, but that's no fun. It's good to go tinker around in those stores and dig through the crates, as they say. Yeah. All right, guys, that's it for the show. We're right at 2 hours. Thank you for those of you who have tuned in. We really appreciate it. Like I said earlier, our friends on Discord and our listeners on YouTube and or Twitch, we love y'all, man. This is why we do it. We do it for you. So tune in live every other Monday for the podcast, and every other Monday beside that. We do streaming unless one of us is sick. So, and maybe even then we'll have fun being sick. Drew's got some merch in. He's working on. He's got stickers and hoodies and all kinds of fun stuff that he'll be working on getting together and sending out to those of you who have ordered it, and to maybe even to those of you who haven't ordered it. Just keep an eye out, and you might get a sticker in the mail. Who knows? So we got tons of stuff going on. Like I said, PAX East is next month. We'll have a podcast before then, but we're going to do a podcast live there.
Yeah,
I've already got it. I've already got it added out. And as we were talking tonight, I've got a great idea for that podcast. What I'm going to do is put a bunch of nouns in a hat, and then I'm going to put a bunch of adjectives in a hat, and we're going to mix it up and draw them out, and we're going to create Drew games. So we're going to pick like Blood Ogre. And it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have lots of fun
Sounds
stuff
great.
to do there. But yeah, if you guys are going to PAX East, shout out to us, and we'll hang out for sure. I think that's it, guys. Anything else I'm missing? Check our socials, follow along, like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. But thanks again for tuning in. You all are amazing. So let me find the off button here. Until next time, adios, amigos.
Peace.
See ya.